Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a triple threat episode for you. We have two European games, and sandwiched in the middle of that, we have a cup final against Rangers. And since you were last with us, we've been fantastic. In all honesty, we've had a very good run of form, and we've had a very good unbeaten run. And as such, from that, it allows us to sit second in the league table. We're 3 points behind Celtic with a game in hand. They do have a superior goal difference, though. So it's all to play for at the moment. and as you can see, we are cementing ourselves in a very good position in that second place spot at the moment. Currently 8 points clear of third placed Hearts and fourth placed Rangers. So we're looking pretty strong at the moment. It's just going to be a case of continuing what we're currently doing. One little bit of transfer news is that obviously Armindo Sieb, as you're fully aware, he is leaving at the beginning of February. He is off to Pagon, but we have managed to offload Darko Giabi at long last. He's gone to Cork City on a free transfer, and that deal has been confirmed already, and he has left the club. We are having to still pay a portion of his wages, but we have got over half of that wage that he had off of our books. So the other bit of news is Adam Asnu. He may be leaving in January. Inter Milan may be recalling him because he wanted to play as a complete wing back, and that is not something that we have been utilising him as anyway. So for the time being, we're pretty settled. And going into these games today, we've got Ludogorets first and foremost away from home in the Conference League, and then away against Real Betis in the second European game. And given our European run of form, we're still not looking too bad. We drew 1-0 with Trabzonspor, and the table is looking quite favourable at the moment. If we can get a result against Ludogorets next up, then hopefully that will pretty much cement our place in the next round, because Betis is going to be a very tough game. Well, I thought it would be, but saying that, they are really struggling at the moment. They're actually not even qualifying as things stand. They've had a very poor run, so there's every opportunity that we could confirm our qualification for the knockout stage. And we are, as per usual, having to rotate a little bit. Obviously, we've got that cup final against Rangers to come as well. So we've got to play it a little bit carefully, but I think we will start Vasquez up front still, because we need that goal scoring threat. And hopefully we can go out there and do the business. Johnson is going to start in goal today, which is a bit of a novelty for him again. Diamandi and Welsh have signed new contracts as well, so they're tied down for a further 3 years on top of the original contracts that they had, which I think were expiring at the end of next season. So we've at least sorted that out as well. So we're looking pretty reasonable at the moment. We're building something quite good at the moment here at Hibernian, and it's just going to be a case of whether we can continue this run. And if we can get to the next round of the Conference League, that would be a fantastic achievement. But in terms of where the league's going, obviously the target is to win the league. That's the main perspective of this save. And it's going to be difficult. Celtic are a very good side, but I am aware that Eli Vahi, the key striker at Celtic, is subject to interest from Saudi Arabia. So there is every potential that their key man could leave. Here's Adam Asnu coming down this left-hand side early on here. Chance to get it into the penalty area. He's been slowed down somewhat there, and they just about get it clear here, Ludogorets, with Verdon. Plays it back to the keeper, Vutsov, who did reasonably well to control that, to be fair. It was fired back into him. Now Boev into Shuya. And now Russo got an interception there from Vasquez. Gets onto it. He needs a bit of support arriving in the penalty area. He lays it back into the right back, Lucero, who strikes it. And what a goal from Rufino Lucero, our right wing back, with a phenomenal finish there. It's only his second goal of the season. And what a goal it is. We'll certainly take it. Just over 4 minutes gone. And again, good hard work there from Vasquez to win possession back. But what a lovely strike that is from Lucero. And we take a very early lead here. Excellent, excellent stuff. And as things stand, that will bump us up a little bit in the table. We need to secure a top 8 finish to automatically qualify for the round of 16, of course. If we drop out of that top 8, then we have an extra best place playoff type thing. And I think if you lose in that, you would normally drop down to the next European competition. But obviously, we are in the lowest competition of Europe anyway. But that is a lovely finish again. And Vasquez this time getting on the score sheet. It's 2-0 and just 11 minutes have passed here. It's a very good tackle from Paddy Lane. He just knocks it over the top straight away. And Vasquez with a lovely low finish. And Vutsov had very little chance there. And we are dominant in these opening 10 minutes. And we're setting ourselves up very, very nicely. And as things stand, we are in third with Viking having won 5 of 5 so far. Obviously, the only game we've dropped points in is against Trabzonspor. As Vasquez manages to get onto that and just clear it forward a little bit. And Vutsov now picking it up. And now Sonko lays it across. And Leib has managed to intercept that one as well. They're being very careless at the back, Ludogorets. They keep giving us possession, but they have gotten away with it this time, at least temporarily anyway. Pippa into Nadenov. Lays it across to Verdon. Looks over the top. Hint of offside, but Pippa does continue with the run here and lays it back into Verdon. Back to Pippa again. Again, so far, our 2 goals have been quite opportunistic, but 2 very good finishes nonetheless. And Lucero does well with... Oh, it's a shocking header in the end. I mean, I thought he did well to intercept it, but he headed it straight across goal to Dua. And Ludogorets have also been given a gift of a goal now. It's 2-1. And overall, we're looking in reasonable control, but we've had less possession than the opposition so far. So we do need to just tighten things up a little bit and hopefully restore our 2-goal advantage. Here is Lucero receiving the pass from Gunn, and it's into Leib, and that's another very good goal. And once again, very much superior finishing for us. And away in Bulgaria, we're looking very, very good at the moment. Half an hour gone, 3-1. Hopefully it will continue. Good control and turn from Leib there. Vutsov didn't really have time to set himself, and again, a very, very good finish. And again, we're building momentum. We're in a very good run of form. And I don't think we could be doing much better ahead of that cup final against Rangers, of course, as well. So, despite the lack of possession, we're actually the dominant side here. And at half time, we're looking pretty good. Hopefully, we can just calm things down a little bit in this second half and just see the game out, really. There's no reason for us to go all out in the second half. We can just try and keep control of the game. As Gunn here finds Lucero, lays it back into Morrison. And now Duce into Diamandi. Nice little pass into Vasquez. And now Paddy Lane is in, and that's a very good save from Vutsov. A hint of luck, potentially, but he made the save nonetheless, and it remains 3-1. And Diamandi, with the resulting corner, swings it in toward that far post. It's a good clearance. And Leib does pick it up. Can he try and recycle an opportunity into Serigne Diop? Tried to lay it across, and in the end, nothing comes of it. And it remains 3-1. But again, a little bit disappointed in relation to possession, but we've certainly utilised that position very well. Six shots on target, from 9 attempts at goal now. We're looking pretty strong. Ludogorets with just a 1 shot on target, which of course we gifted them anyway. So we can be very pleased with this performance. 15 minutes to go. We will make some changes here and just rest a couple of these players ready for that cup final. And job done, really. We're looking very, very good. And we've got room for 1 more substitution. And I think, to be honest, both of our fullbacks are on yellow cards, incidentally. We'll take Lucero off and bring on Max Johnston. And that will be all 5 substitutions made. And again, hopefully we can just see the game out. And hopefully we won't concede here. Here's Nonato into Pippa. Trying to come down this right-hand side. Tries to get it into the penalty area. Cuts back on himself. Finds Serkin. Now Bastanov doing well, but a good block. And we do manage to get it away. And the substitutions do now go through. And Leib is struggling a little bit fitness-wise now as well. But we do have rotational options on that right-hand side anyway. So I'm not too concerned in relation to the cup final. Fletcher here with a delivery from the corner toward that far post. It's a good header. It was a very well-controlled header, in fact, but it has gone just wide. But that is a very good win for us. It's another 3 points on the board in the Conference League. And hopefully we will be set to continue in the competition. It would be excellent if we could. We will have probably secured a playoff now. We're actually 3 points ahead of Hammarby. So depending on other results, we're pretty much secure in our position into the next round, which is an excellent achievement. We just need to go out there to try and earn a point, which I think is very much doable. We've secured a playoff spot already. We could go out there and get beat by Real Betis, to be honest, and still qualify, but we need to keep an eye on everything else that goes on at the same time. So, certainly a positive start to the episode. Bear with me, and we'll be back for the cup final against Rangers, and hopefully we can bring home a trophy. Okay, then, guys, here we go for the cup final against Rangers. Unfortunately, the preparation has been a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Bad. We've lost some very key players to injury, and it very much could play a part in the way this game will go. Johan is going to start up front because Vasquez is injured and he's going to be out for around a month. And Paddy Lane isn't far behind him. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks as well. So, unfortunately, injuries have come in place. We're not at the strength that I'd want to be. But we've got to make the most of it and try and get a first trophy for Hibernian in 5 years. They won um, this cup, I think it was, or the Scottish Cup in 2024. So, first trophy for 5 years would be nice. Can we go out there and get the job done? Johan Dunn and Albanese are going to be the front three. Diamande, Levitt, and Duce in the midfield. So, a reasonably strong midfield three. Just a couple of changes at the back as well. Hickling and Rawdon are in as well. And Phillips returns in goals. So overall, we've still got a strong lineup, but we are missing our goal scorer, and it could be key in this match. And we could be in for a very tough time today. But let's see what we can do. We're very much capable of beating Rangers. We have done so this season. Let's see how we get on. And it's just a case of keeping that creativity. Obviously, we haven't really got that out and out striker now. Eli Yuan has had a very good season though so far this campaign. He's done pretty well, despite being slightly in and out of the team. We've had to rotate a lot, as you can imagine, with the number of games we're playing, especially with Europe included. We have done a lot of rotation, but it has worked out reasonably well. I mean, we're second in the league. We're in this cup final. We're on the verge of qualifying for the last 16 of the Conference League, so we're doing very, very well, really, considering all of the games that we're playing. Diamande doing well into Albanese. Now Hickling. Big opportunity for him today. He's not seen too much game time. It's Albanese into Eli Yuan, and there's no offside there against any of the forwards. Albanese timed his run very, very well, and he managed to cut it back nicely for Eli Yuan, and we take the lead here in this Viaplay Cup final. Just about 34 minutes gone. Hickling doing well to find that pass, cut back into Yuan, and he got ahead of the defender, and Jack Butland in goal for Rangers had absolutely no chance. And that is a fantastic start to this cup final for us. We've had the majority of possession, chances few and far between for both sides. It's largely, by the looks of things, going to be a midfield battle today. But half time, and we are ahead, and we're not looking too bad either. We'll tell the lads not to get complacent. I mean, I highly doubt they would. Rangers are one of the biggest clubs in Scotland, with Celtic being just above them, really, in my opinion. That is, anyway. Rangers fans will probably disagree with me. But so far, so good. And obviously, we're trying to build something special here at Hibs, and this could go a long way to setting that up. We are going to just pause there for a moment. We're not playing too badly, but Mark Dunn rating a 6.1 has been shocking today. Jalali Labe is going to come on that right hand side. We're suffering with a couple of yellow cards. I am a little bit cautious because the last thing we need is any red cards as well. Um, Levitt and Diop are playing reasonably well. We'll get the experience of Stephen Welsh on at centre back, and I think Dylan Levitt can come off as well. And we'll bring Jack Fletcher on for him. And again, it's just being cautious. The last thing we need is anybody getting sent off. We're playing well. We're in control. And again, neither team really creating a lot in this second half. Diamande is struggling for fitness, as is Duce and Lucero now. Just going to pause there. Rangers are starting to throw men forward a little bit more. We are going to require the energy in that midfield. Diamante's such a key player, though, isn't he? He's had a very good game today, incidentally, as well. Um, Lichero. I think we'll bring Liam Morrison on as that anchor in the midfield. He's just as good from a tackling perspective. And I mean, Diamante's shattered, as is Lucero, but we've not really got those options in there. Adam Asnu can play it right back, but largely just played left back so far this season. So I think we'll leave it at that. Nathan Summers has done really well when he's come on. I'm not knocking him, but in a game as big as this, I don't want to be bringing the youngster on for something as important as this as things stand. But 5 minutes to go. We're holding on. We've created a few more opportunities ourselves. It's a very, very even game, but we've managed to steal that goal. And the minutes are ticking away. Lucero here with a throw into Fletcher, back to Lucero. And now Fletcher plays it into the penalty area. Eli Yuan just holding on to it, crosses it, and Labe is there. And he couldn't get enough power behind the header, and Butland saves. But I think we've done it, and we have managed to win our first trophy here at Hibernian. Not a lot of highlights, but I don't mind. We saw the highlights that were key, and that was simply one other opportunity for us, and the goal itself. It's been a very controlled performance in this cup final. We've got the win that we craved, and that is an excellent achievement in our first full season in charge. Of course, we reached the Scottish Cup final last year, and we have won the Viaplay Cup final this year. And again, we're building a very good foundation early on here at Hibs. Excellent, excellent stuff. And now our full focus will turn to Real Betis in the last group stage game of the Conference League. And hopefully the players won't be too hungover for the next couple of days following that cup final victory. But we've done extremely well there. Celtic incidentally had a league game and they won by 1-0 against Kilmarnock, so the gap is now 6 points. I think we'll have to go some to catch Celtic, to be honest. But, you know, that's the nature of the challenge, isn't it? But that's a great opportunity for us, and we have taken it. And it's a first cup win for 5 years. Really good stuff for the club. And yeah, so previously 6 years since Hibernian won it themselves. And we look to push on. So, third game coming up momentarily. Real Hispales. Obviously, they're known as Hispales in game. And that is our final group stage game of the Conference League. And hopefully, qualification will be secured for the round of 16. Okay, guys, here we go for the third and final game of the episode. We're up against Real Hispales, and fingers crossed we can go out there and get the job done. Lon Duce is the latest on the injury list, but he is only out for a week or so, so hopefully we won't miss him for too many games. I'm hoping he might just edge himself back for our next league game because it is against Celtic. It's a massive, massive game for us, that one. But again, another player that we're going to be missing out on for the course of this little European running that we've had. Phillips remains in goal today, as new Diop, Rawdon and Lucero at the back, Morrison, Diamande and Gunn in midfield, Albanese, Labe and Yuan as the front three. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we can qualify for that round of 16. And again, for our first proper season in Europe, it would be a phenomenal achievement. To qualify for that round of 16 as well. And we are a little bit short on one or two players. They've got some excellent players in their squad. So I'm not too sure why they're not doing as well as they should be. But let's see how we get on. And even, I mean, I'll take a point. I mean, I'd have taken a point at the start of the Conference League uh, running that we've had. I'd have taken a point against Real Hispales anyway. I would initially I would have expected to get beat by them, but we're playing such good football at the moment. We have every opportunity of qualifying. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just convert that to the league table. I'm not too fussed about the latest scores. We just need to remain in that top eight. Lucero here into Gunn, back to Lucero and Javi Sanchez doing well to intercept, and Miranda back to Rui Silva, who's under pressure and he's had to just launch it clear, and he's done well actually to find Collado, but Asnu does well and picks it up. Incidentally, we have tried to sign Asnu permanently because we did have a clause of an optional future fee. We tried to instigate it. He's not interested in joining, which is a shame. But, you know, having him in on loan has certainly proven very good for us. Here is Roberto Fernandez into Miranda, plays it out to Collado. They're moving the ball really nicely at the moment. And now Pulido into Chechu over the top, and Rodri's in. And Rodri, oh, it's a good effort, and he's put it wide. It should have been a much better finish, really. Um, but so far, we remain quite pleased. We're down in fifth place at the moment. Um, we are keeping an eye on teams in and around us, of course. But again, top eight is the target. As things stand, we are qualifying. And to be honest, we've been by far the better team today. Same as Ludogorets, though, we've not had as much possession, but we are definitely the more creative side. And here is Morrison down the line for Lichero. Tries to get it into the penalty area, tries to just lay it into Labe, who couldn't get onto it. Morrison finds Diamande, who tacks into the penalty area. It's taken a massive deflection, but it doesn't matter. We are ahead in Spain. And as things stand, we qualify very comfortably. If we can hold on to this, again, it would be another fantastic achievement, like I said before. If we can hold on to this, we qualify for the round of 16 and a tie that, I mean, to be fair, Aberdeen won this competition last year. And we've had the better of Aberdeen in the league a couple of times. So we've got an opportunity, depending on how other games go. Going into Yuan and Albanese, and what a well-worked free kick that was. Rui Silva did superbly in the Betis goal to keep an eye on everything that was going on there and make the save. It remains 1-0. Diamande swinging it in toward that far post. Rawdon was there, but it's a good clearance from the defender. And now Eli Yuan lays it in to Liam Morrison, who's on a yellow card as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. He's had a good performance today, the defensive midfielder, but being on a yellow card, we will have to keep an eye on things. And we'll tell the lads to keep doing what they've been doing. It's been a very good performance. Incidentally, in the Viaplay Cup, I hadn't realised we didn't concede a single goal in that cup running. So we've done very, very well there. Albanese, unfortunately, has taken a knock. So Eli Yuan is going to go to that left-hand side. And we're going to bring Dean Martin on up front for an opportunity. We'll leave the rest of it for now. Obviously, Liam Morrison is on that yellow card, as I mentioned before. Could be a change that we make a little bit later on, but for the time being, we'll just try and maintain. But again, creativity-wise, we saw that chance for Real Espalis, but that's the only attempt they've had at goal all match. And we played over an hour now. 13 attempts we've had now, 3 on target. And again, Espalis have had 60% possession nearly, so we're not. It's strange. We're dominant, and yet we're not dominant at all. A very odd turn of events, but as things stand, we're comfortably heading into the next round of the Conference League. Eli Yuan is shattered. So Demand is shattered as well, incidentally. We're going to get Matt Dunn out wide. I mean, Labe is on a yellow card now as well. Diamande can come off for Dylan Levitt. And in terms of tiredness, Lucero as well. We'll get Max Johnston on at right back. And we'll just save the last substitution just in case we need it. But I think we're looking pretty good to see this game out now. Here's Asnu into Diop. Just on to possession, lays it back to Phillips. And now Damien Rawdon into Morrison. Lays it across. Max Johnson with space to run into. Has support ahead of him if he can find it. Jalali Labe is there. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Lays it back to Johnston. And now Morrison into Levitt. And there's Labe. What a fantastic team goal that was. What a fantastic bit of play down that right-hand side. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Arguably one of our best goals of the season. And we have seen some belters, haven't we? But the passing and the movement there was fantastic. I mean, Labe knocking it back to Johnston. Laid to the edge of the penalty area for Morrison. Into Levitt. There was Labe. And first time passing there in that midfield on the edge of the penalty area. And we confirm our victory. It's been very much deserved. Like I say, we've dominated proceedings today. And we are in the round of 16 of the Conference League. Obviously, there will be a bit of time before our next European game now, because obviously there is another round to take place before we enter back into it again. But we can be very, very pleased with our achievements in this tournament so far, as Johnston lays it down the line for Labe as we enter the 4th minute of added time. He lays it back to Johnston into the penalty area. He's taking a deflection, comfort done, and they just about managed to get it clear. Asnu, brilliant defending to tackle Rodri there. And that is a fantastic win. dare we dream of a European victory? I mean, we have put in some very good performances, haven't we? And confidence, as you've seen by winning the cup final the way we did, confidence is very, very high at this football club at the moment. And we are certainly turning some heads. Really good stuff. We've done extremely well to qualify. But there's some teams that are in this in terms of the names of the teams themselves. I mean, Kilmarnock even managed to make the playoffs, so fair play to them. The likes of Saint Etienne, I mean, they only made it into the playoff. Olympiacos out, Trabzonspor out, Real Spalice out, Steaua Bucharest as well. There's some very good teams that have had to go out or ended up in this qualifier. But I'm looking at a lot of these teams here, and I think we could beat most of these teams. The ones that I'm really concerned of, I mean, Viking have had a fantastic time. I mean, I don't know whether they're Norwegian Vikings, so they've clearly got a very good squad together themselves because they've ended up being unbeaten so far. So certainly a team to look out for there on the quiet. But obviously the ones that we've got to look at are the likes of Everton and Augsburg. So it's going to be extremely tough, really. But Albanese, luckily, is only a knock, so he will miss a couple of days. And again, another fantastic win for us and a dominant performance despite the lack of possession. But again, more money coming into the bank as well following that victory. 428,000 for the win, 278,000 for finishing second in the league phase, 250,000 um, for moving through it, I guess. And obviously more money to come for that next round. So going ahead, obviously I won't see you now until Wednesday. We are dropping it down to 3 days a week, as I mentioned in the episode on Friday. We're probably going to shoot through a few more matches. I'll probably come back in and around the start of February. We'll have a transfer window round up there as well. Kilmarnock at home and Aberdeen away. Obviously, that could change if we get through the Scottish Cup game against Hamilton, but I don't know what kind of fixture congestion we're going to have in and around that time anyway. But then we've also got Conference League round of 16 in March. So it'll be the beginning of February and then the Conference League in there as well. And obviously, in the meantime, hopefully, we can continue this fantastic run of form, which has seen us have 15 matches now unbeaten in all competitions. So we're looking very, very strong. It could come to an end, let's be honest, with Celtic coming up next. But we will be back after the transfer window at the start of February. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.